20 most dangerous muscle cars ever made. Strap in, speed junkies. Muscle cars didn't need subtlety to make their mark. They screamed power, tore up the streets, and sometimes even scared their own drivers. From Detroit legends to hidden beasts you've barely heard of, these cars prove that raw horsepower can be as deadly as it is thrilling. And trust me, one of these street-legal monsters could leave a supercar in the dust. Let's fire them up. 20. 1969 Dodge Charger Daytona. A car built for NASCAR dominance, yet street-legal enough to terrify anyone bold enough to floor it. It stretched aerodynamics to the extreme long before spoilers were a fashion statement. Beneath the dramatic nose cone and towering rear wing lurked a 426 HEMI V8, cranking out 425 horsepower and 490 pound-feet of torque, enough to rocket it from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 5.6 seconds, blistering for 1969 standards. Its strength was raw speed and track-taming design. At over 200 miles per hour, it could slice through wind like a knife. This monster is the 1969 Dodge Charger Daytona. But beauty often came with danger. The long nose made steering twitchy, crosswinds could unsettle the car at high speeds, and the suspension, tuned for oval tracks, made corners a white-knuckle affair. Owners who underestimated it quickly found out this wasn't a cruiser. It was a missile in disguise, wearing the clothes of a family car, daring you to test its limits and often winning. 1970 Plymouth Superbird, a car with a nose so long it could double as a small airplane wing, yet somehow legal to drive on city streets. It was designed to dominate NASCAR, a bullet on wheels built to crush the competition, and it did just that. But it also came with quirks that made even skilled drivers second-guess themselves. Underneath that outrageous front end and sky-high rear wing lay a 426 HEMI V8, pumping out 425 horsepower and 490 pound-feet of torque, launching the Superbird from 0 to 60 miles per hour in roughly 5.5 seconds. At top speed, it could leave nearly anything on the asphalt behind. But speed wasn't its only danger. Meet the 1970 Plymouth Superbird. Its strengths were obvious: raw power, aerodynamics that sliced through wind, and a presence on the road that demanded respect. But the long nose made low-speed maneuvers tricky, and crosswinds at high speeds could unsettle the car instantly. The suspension, tuned for oval racing, made cornering a tense affair, turning routine curves into high-stakes moments. This was a car that looked like a cartoon and drove like a predator. Street legal, yet unforgiving. 1966 Shelby Cobra 427. A car that could terrify even the most seasoned drivers, wearing the shape of a compact British roadster, but hiding a beast under its hood. Lightweight, short, and brutally raw, it wasn't about comfort or subtlety, it was about sheer terror in motion. Beneath the sleek aluminum body sat a 427 cubic inch V8, producing 425 horsepower and 480 pound-feet of torque, propelling this featherweight rocket from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 4.2 seconds. Insane for 1966. Every throttle input demanded respect. Every corner was a calculated risk. One wrong move and the rear end would snap, reminding you this car was as unforgiving as it was fast. The 1966 Shelby Cobra 427 strengths were obvious: blistering acceleration, incredible agility, and a low-slung design that made it a predator on winding roads. But its flaws were just as real: minimal brakes by modern standards, a chassis that could feel twitchy under power, and no driver aids whatsoever. It wasn't built for the timid. Owning it meant courting danger with every press of the accelerator, an intoxicating thrill few cars could match.